Magandang buhay! Welcome back to virtual class. I'm Teacher Regz, your virtual teacher. Today, we're going to study the stages in the life cycle of organisms. In this lesson, you will learn to compare the stages in the life cycle of organisms. Insects are part of nature. Most of them are small, but they help to maintain a balanced environment. Insects can be both helpful and harmful in our daily living, like butterfly, bees, ladybug, and dragonfly. Many garden insects actually improve soil, pollinate plants, or kill off nasty insects that harm the plants. In contrast, there are also some insects that spread diseases, damage plants and crops, affect animal population like fly, mosquito, lice, aphids, grasshopper, cockroach, and bedbug. Having these facts about the insects, it is important that you learn about how they grow and develop into their full form. So there are stages that insects undergo before they can fly, walk, crawl, and interact in the environment. Let's look at the following illustrations. So we have here the life cycle of a butterfly, life cycle of a mosquito, and a life cycle of a fly. The life cycles for complete metamorphosis begins with eggs. Every insect follows different stages of development from an egg to a fully grown organism, and this process is called complete metamorphosis. So they both have eggs as their first stage of their life cycle. And what is the second stage of their life cycle? So the second stage is called larva. The third stage of their life cycle is called pupa, and the fourth stage of their life cycle is called adult. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a biological process by which an animal undergoes physical development or changes after it is being hatched or birthed. The term metamorphosis refers to the way insects develop, grow, and change form, usually but not always accompanied by change of habitat or behavior. Some metamorphosis is part of the life cycle of most insects. Life cycle. It refers to the involving one lifespan of the organism. Aside from changes in physical appearance and some body structures, insects also shows changes in their manner and behavior of interacting the environment. There are two types of metamorphosis: the complete metamorphosis and the gradual or the incomplete metamorphosis. Most insects go through the four stages of complete metamorphosis, including the ladybug, housefly, mosquito, and butterfly. They usually start from egg. When the egg hatch, larva will come out and turn into pupa, and finally, it turns into an adult. So again, these are the stages in the life cycle of some insects that undergo complete metamorphosis. It starts from the egg, second, larva, third, pupa, and fourth, adult. A female insect lay eggs. Larvae hatch from egg but do not look like adult insects. For instance, the larvae of butterflies are caterpillars. Larvae grow quickly enough to have to molt or shed their exoskeleton a few times before they pupate. Sometimes, these stages of growth in larvae are called instars. Pupa. When the right period comes, larvae are more enclosed in a cocoon to continue the development and maturation. They do not eat during this time. The process ends for days or weeks depending on the species of organism. Adult. It is the stage of a fully grown insect that has full potential to get food and find partner for mating to hatch eggs again. So this life cycle starts over again. It means the process repeats starting from laying eggs. Normally, after laying eggs, an adult insect dies or being the food of the hatchlings. Complete metamorphosis possessed by the following: life cycle of a ladybug, life cycle of a fly, a life cycle of a mosquito, and the life cycle of a butterfly. So those are the insects that undergo the complete metamorphosis, and they have 4 stages in their life cycle. Some insects develops by means of gradual or incomplete metamorphosis. It is slightly different from the previous process that instead of 4 stages, the organism develops through 3 stages only. Like the complete metamorphosis, the insect starts as eggs. These eggs are sometimes encased or covered with protective layer. When eggs hatch, nymphs go out like small adult insects but usually have no wings. Nymphs normally molt and change their exoskeleton or hard body coverings as they grow until they become a full adult. The insect is in adult stage when they no longer undergo the process of molting and have a permanent exoskeleton and wings. The following are the examples of insects that undergo gradual or incomplete metamorphosis: the life cycle of a grasshopper, the life cycle of a cockroach, and the life cycle of a louse. Those are the insects that undergo the gradual metamorphosis or the incomplete metamorphosis because they have 3 stages in the life cycle. Let's have our activity 1. This is called How I Grow and Change. Are you ready? Let's get started. Enumerate the stages of a complete metamorphosis. You only have 20 seconds to answer this activity. Your time starts now. So the stages of complete metamorphosis or the life cycle are egg, larva, pupa, and adult. And the life cycle starts over again. Did you get the correct answers? Good job! Let's have our activity 2. This activity is called Fix Me Up. What you're going to do is to identify what is being asked or described by fixing the jumbled letters. You only have 10 seconds for each group of jumbled letters. Your time starts now. Number 1. It is the first stage of gradual metamorphosis. Fix the jumbled letters for only 10 seconds. And the correct answer is egg. Number 2. What is the second stage in gradual metamorphosis? Fix the jumbled letters for 10 seconds. And the correct answer is nymph. Number 3, the last stage in gradual metamorphosis is fix the jumbled letters for 10 seconds. The correct answer is adult. The life cycle of an animal such as insects is considered a complete metamorphosis if it undergoes the 4 stages such as eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. And some insects develops by means of gradual metamorphosis or incomplete metamorphosis. The organisms develops through 3 stages such as eggs, nymph, and adult. Try to check this picture. What animals are familiar to you in this scenery? So there is duck, bird, hen, frog, and turtle. Do these animals differ from each other? Yes, they do. Some live in water and other on land. Do these animals have something in common? Yes, they do. What do you think they have in common? So they all lay eggs. What's inside a chicken egg? Let's explore the egg. We have here 3 kinds of eggs: raw egg, hard-boiled egg, and balut. What features have you observed with a raw egg? So it has an egg white and a yolk. The egg white is transparent, while the yolk is yellow. The yolk is where the life of birds originates. In these yellow fluid parts of a chick or a baby bird will emerge. The egg white serves as food provider to the yolk as it continues to develop from the date of its birth until the 21st day of the hatching day. Look at the hard-boiled egg. Crack and peel it off. What do you call that outer covering? It is called eggshell. Observe the hard-boiled egg. Is it in liquid or in solid form? So the hard-boiled egg is in solid form. As you can see in this situation, it is much visible to notice how thick the egg white over the yolk. Where is the yolk located? So the yolk is found in the middle of the egg. Did you open the mature egg? What features have you observed with the mature egg? So there's the white of the egg and the embryo or the immature bird, or also known as the undeveloped chick. Did you know that only fertilized chicken eggs will develop into chicks? Balut eggs are fertilized duck eggs. The development of the chick takes in a period of 21 days. All birds like chicken, ostrich, and eagle lay their eggs to start a new generation of their species. Eggs has 3 basic parts: the shell, the albumen, and yolk. The shell isolates the internal parts from the environment and somehow protects the eggs from external forces. The materials inside after days or weeks or 21 days for chicken develop into a new organism. The thick albumen helps maintain the egg yolk in its position and prevent it to scramble. Scrambling of yolk inside due to external forces may result to unsuccessful development of the bird or chick. The yolk serves as the food of the developing bird.
All alive. The devil's in the detail, lingered inside. Oh, a holy crime.
Frogs also develop from eggs. Like birds, they also follow different life stages. The first stage in the life cycle of a frog is egg. After the eggs hatch, after 10 days, the fertilized eggs or the embryo develop into young tadpoles. A tadpole develops gills through which it spreads. It uses its tail for swimming. As the tadpole grows, its hind legs appear. The hind legs are helpful They enable the tadpole to push itself to the surface of the water. Later on, the tail becomes shorter. By this time, its gills disappear and its lungs develop. The young frog can now breathe out of water. The young frog grows into an adult frog, and the life cycle is repeated. This series of transformation in the life cycle of the amphibians is an example of metamorphosis, a process of changing shape and form. The same with lizards. Lizards are another example of an egg-laying animals that are called reptiles. There are some flying, swimming, and crawling animals that are egg-laying in production. Let's solve for activity 3. Tell if the following animals are egg-laying or not egg-laying. You only have 20 seconds to do this activity. Number 1, duck. Number 2, monkey. Number 3, crocodile. Number 4, eagle. And number 5, snake. Your time starts now. Now, let's check your answers. Number 1 is duck. Duck is egg laying. Number 2, monkey. Not egg laying. Number 3, crocodile. Egg laying. Number 4, eagle. Egg laying. And number 5, snake. Egg laying. Did you get the correct answers? Very good. Do you have a baby brother or sister? Do babies or little children grow quickly or slowly? What kinds of things cause babies and little kids to grow quickly? Does everyone grow to the same height, same weight? Why or why not? Fertilized egg develops into a hollow ball of cells called blastocyst. In 4 weeks, we become embryo. We turn to fetus after 8 weeks. It requires a total of 9 months in a mother's womb for a baby to develop and ready to be born. The next stages after you are born is infancy. The infant is completely dependent upon its parents or caretakers for survival. Early childhood, usually defined as birth to year 8. The child is susceptible during this time to learned habits and behaviors. Middle childhood, usually defined as ages 6 to 12. It's the time when children develop foundational skills for building healthy social relationships to learn roles that will prepare them for adolescence and adulthood. Adolescence takes place between ages 12 to 18 and is a critical turning point because it is when puberty takes place. Early adulthood, ages 20 to 40. Our physical abilities are at their peak, including muscle strength, reaction time, sensory abilities, and cardiac functioning. Middle adulthood. Aging speeds up during middle adulthood, ages 40 to 65, and is characterized by decline in vision, hearing, and immune system functioning, as well as the end of reproductive capability for women, known as menopause. An old age is frequently defined as 60 or 65 years of age or older, the final stage of the normal lifespan. At your age today, what stage are you in human developmental stages? Give one thing that your parents should expect you to do at your age. Comment your answer in the comment section after this video. Congratulations for a job well done. I think You are now ready to answer your activities for week 5 in your science module. Good luck, and that's all for today. I hope you learned something new today. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends. And please subscribe if you haven't yet. Again, I'm Teacher Regz, your virtual teacher. Bye! Happy learning!